That's a big hit, going way down towards deep mid-wicket and over the top. So 6 there for Gordon Greenidge, middling that one down to the deep mid-wicket boundary.
And then Desmond Haynes cut loose.
It's a good shot. Came down the wicket. He marched towards Sarfraz on that occasion, broke the shackles and whipped that away for 4 runs.
And Javed Miandad to show that he wasn't at all in awe of the great West Indies pace bowling attack. Andy Roberts bowls to Miandad. He's got that one away, very fine. Not even Garner can beat that. And 2 bowlers not quite able to take their hat-tricks. Andy Roberts.
Hat-trick ball, and deflects it and gets the single.
And Sarfraz Nawaz.
Well, rather an anticlimax there.
And Javed Miandad, who won the toss, had to go back to the dressing room to find out what was going to happen. He eventually put the West Indies in. We pick up play now in the 4th over. No wicket for 4. Imran's coming in to bowl to Desmond Haynes, who's not off the mark yet. And with Bill Laurie in the commentary box is Frank Tyson.
He's out. He's dropped him. Dear, oh dear. Well. This was saying they were fielding well, and that was a sitter.
Poor old Iqbal Qasim. Normally a good specialist slip fieldsman and gully fieldsman, and there he is fumbling that ball as it goes to his right. That was a simple chance, really. It was to his right. He's a left-hander, mind you, and that might have influenced him a little bit.
Well, it was the thick edge, wasn't it? He had plenty of time to see it. What a disappointment for Imran, who's bowled very well.
Now that drop chance was to prove very, very expensive for the Pakistanis.
Imran. That's his strength. Looks at square of the wicket on the onside. First 4 of the morning. That's a confidence builder. Imran just straying off line. Fine shot. Some fieldsman and good return, but well judged 3. It was just a fraction full. And his patience comes to an end as he pulls that just short of the length through mid-wicket. The rhythm run. Great running between the wickets by Haynes. He's looking for 4. Is he going to come back? He is. That's excellent one-day cricket. It's a good shot. Came down the wicket. He marched towards Sarfraz on that occasion, broke the shackles and whipped that away for 4 runs. Well, sign of pressure showing there. He had to do something. He made the advance towards the bowler.
Well, he's certainly taking the initiative. 1, 2, 3 steps down the wicket. And Imran chasing rather slowly down there. He's had trouble with his legs. He's not all that mobile. He's been pushed down to deep fine leg. The point to make about that is that whilst we're seeing some pretty good footwork there from the batsmen, we're not seeing very good footwork from Imran. And this outfield is very slow. And that ball could have easily pulled up inside the boundary.
That's over the top. 15 overs not yet bowled, and the limitation for the fielding team having to have those fielders in those circles, and Greenwich going over the top. Could take the chance, didn't get hold of it, but nevertheless the restriction on the field placing allowed him to go over the top.
It's a completely safe shot. No one out deep, and Gordon Greenidge just lobbing it over those circles. And perhaps the other evening in the McDonald's Cup match in Sydney, that may have even been 6, that hit.
There he goes again. Again not getting hold of it. This time Haynes taking the example from his partner in the previous delivery, and the batsman will again get 3 runs. Oh, that's a glorious shot. That's 4 runs. No need to move. Even applause there from his partner, Gordon Greenidge. That's the best shot we've seen for the morning. Extra cover drive. Perfectly played by Haynes.
It's a great shot in the old cover drive. There's none better than it. And its way through those cover fieldsmen there. It's not a really fast outfield at the MCG, but had no problems whatsoever in reaching the boundary.
And that's the West Indies 50. In fact, we'll now go on to 51 with 2 runs as Ijaz Faki, who is out there, the 12th man. There he is. So that's 51 between Greenwich and Haynes, and they've now started really to find their touch. The runs are now coming a lot more freely than they were earlier. And that's through. Well timed, more runs here. Long chase for Rizwan. And the batsman coming back quite comfortably for their 3rd run. Good long return from Rizwan, but it was always 3. Haynes really going for his drives now. Took almost half an hour to get off the mark, Haynes. Didn't score his 1st run until the 4th over. Now he's really going. He's catching up with Gordon Greenwich, 27 to Haynes and 28 to Greenwich. Well, that's the first appeal we've heard for the day. Loud shout for leg before.
Greenwich looking to hit it away on the onside, hitting that front pad and quite high too. So kind of a little excited at beating the bat.
That's a good shot. Very unusual looking shot by Greenwich, but he really hit it hard. Didn't seem all that short.
It wasn't, Tony. It was well pitched up, a bit of bounce there, and good wicket this for batting, and Gordon Greenwich just helping it on its way behind square leg. Look, he comes forward, just hits it right in the middle of that bat.
That's a good firm on drive by Haynes, and a bad bit of fumbling down there at long on. Rizwan, the fielder, goes for 4. Really should have been just the single, but the batsmen were hurrying. Fielder under pressure, and a bad bit of misfielding.
It was well hit by Desmond Haynes, but certainly only a single. See Rizwan really attacking it, not getting down, not getting behind it.
Well, let's see what he does this time. That's better. That's a bit of a rubbish from the crowd.
That's a big hit, going way down towards deep mid-wicket and over the top. So 6 there for Gordon Greenwich, middling that one down to the deep mid-wicket boundary, and that's his 50.
Got that one in the middle, and this could be an expensive move by Javed to bring on Majid Khan with these gentle little slow medium pace deliveries. Placed between 2 men there, Majid eventually doing the fielding, and good thinking there by Desmond Haynes. Came back on the arm, reasoning that Majid's arm might not be the strongest in the Pakistan team. A neat stroke. Desmond Haynes goes to 50 with that delicate little stroke. Goes through the vacant slip area. Been a good innings from Desmond Haynes. His 50 came up in 65 deliveries faced and 96 members.
Have a look at that little nudge, just opening the face there and just getting enough on it to beat the wicketkeeper. So a well played 50 by Haynes.
That's a good shot. Hanging away into the crowd there. 4 more to Greenwich. Goes now to 68. Majid Khan. And And there's a beautifully struck ball, and not a very good piece of fielding out there at deep mid-wicket. Pakistan fielding isn't working very well here today. They're under tremendous pressure. Mansur Akhtar out there at deep mid-wicket. Desmond Haynes, another 4, goes to 58. And another one goes down. This is a real comedy of errors here for Pakistan.
And so I suppose when looking at this, that's a marvellous shot. Played away there, that sweep shot off the middle of the bat for 4, like a tracer bullet to the boundary. That Desmond Haynes. So when one considers that aspect of the game, the fact that the players can in fact lose quite a lot of money if the over rate is bad news. Only the Pakistanis have been just a little bit slack in the field. The field is very widespread. That's straight back and down.
Goodness me. Oh, and do you think it didn't hurt?
This was hit back very hard, and Quazim had to get his hands there, that's for sure. He got them there all right, but it went straight out.
Well, it looked to me as that might have got him on the fleshy part of the thumb. But, certainly very painful. A full-blooded hit back.
They pitched that full toss, and my goodness, it stayed hit. Gordon Greenidge gave it everything he had. Quazim. Have a look at him. This is a big ground, and it's a vitally important aspect of the game. And there's another example of it. That time Desmond Haynes just leaning back rather than try to smash it to the boundary for 4. He's placed it to perfection, and the result.
Be 35 overs in 2 hours, 17.5 and over. 105 balls an hour. I never thought I'd live to see the day. Bravo, the penalty system. And 4 more. 4 more to Greenwich. Top player, Gordon Greenwich, and Desmond Haynes, the non-striker. They've really played well here today.
Yes, he latched onto that one too, and good effort by Imran Khan, who's not slow by any standards.
Think of all the wealth of batting still to come in the West Indian lineup.
And they're finding the gaps and running well between the wickets. The scoring rate's been fantastic. In the first hour, they scored 62. In the second hour, 103 runs without loss. It's in the air and it's high. 1 bounce over the fence, 4 more. And it's a very controlled hitting situation by these 2 batsmen, Frank. They're really finding those gaps.
Certainly are, and Irving Rosenwater was just pointing out to me a moment ago that that would probably constitute about the 11th 4 of the innings. The 2 batsmen have not really tried to hit their way to the boundary, but have been content to place the ball.
That's the end of him. A breakthrough. Trying to force it down the gap. It's 1 for 182.
Haynes backing away as he's done so often. Look at that, he's outside his leg stump is tilted back, all coming into him. So the first success then to the Pakistan bowlers with 182 runs on the board.
Grant is that fine. It's good shots. One coming around. Feels safely. 2 runs. 40th over to be bowled. 11 overs remaining for the Pakistani bowlers. It's well placed too. Richards looking for 2. The running has been excellent today, Frank. I think it's probably the best we've seen from the West Indian side for a long, long time. That's an extraordinary shot, really. He's given himself tons of room outside the off stump. Turn for 3. And 4 all run from the bat of Vivian Richards.
Well, that was a case of mind reading, I think, because Richards, anticipating that Mudassar would bowl as he has been doing, predictably, unfortunately, at the leg stump, backed away a long, long way outside that leg stump and put it through the wide open spaces on the offside.
That's a glorious shot. Lofted over cover. Last ball of the over from Mudassar, and that's beautifully struck away for 4 runs. Touch of arrogance and brilliance. 101 for 200. That's out. Just trying to find some extra space on the offside. Clean bowled by Imran.
Good bowling this, because Imran did not bowl right in the slot there. Ball just not bouncing as much as perhaps Richards thought, and Richards losing at the middle and leg stumps. 2 for 203 the score now.
He's the key man. And back to the second. Greenwich goes to 99. End of the over. Imran's 2 for 212. There it is. Well played, Gordon Greenwich. Fine innings this morning. And this afternoon been sent into bat by Javed Miandad. Earlier the ball was moving about off the seam and he survived. And a very generous round of applause from this crowd at the Melbourne Cricket Ground.
Well, you see the number of deliveries that Gordon Greenwich has taken to reach his century. 159 minutes. Good time that. In fact, Gordon Greenwich himself personally has scored at something like more than 2 runs per over. 1/6 in that innings, a mighty hit over square leg, and 5 fours. Very good, correct stance. Very risky player from appearances.
It's a vacant area. Watch them run. Look at Bacchus go between the wickets. They could go 5 here. They're through for 4. I'll be happy when he's taking his time coming back for the 4th, and that's good running. And where Bacchus is quick between the wickets.
Yes, he's built for speed, isn't he? Slim and greyhound-like.
Swung that into the outfield, should be out there, and is taken, well taken too. Rizwan has not had a happy day in the field. Making a good catch here, running to his right, keeping his eye on the ball the whole while and pulling it in.
Bacchus doing the right thing, trying to hit the big boundaries that's needed now to build onto that score. Good catch by young Rizwan down there, catching it right under the chin and made sure of it as he bounces back on those heels.
So that's Bacchus out. The West Indies now 3 for 222. And that's in the air. It's going to test Rizwan once more. Takes a good catch again. Somewhat lower this time. And Gordon Greenwich's fine innings is ended.
2 wickets for Sarfraz in duplicate fashion. Just locked it out in the outfield, not quite so deep this time, and Rizwan catching it waist high. So the end of Gordon Greenwich made 100. The West Indies a great start by him, 103, and West Indies 4 for 224.
That was the end of the over, and here's the first ball of a new one. New batsman is Andy Roberts. He's gone. He lost to just the 1 ball. Andy Roberts coming in to try and really push things along and turning that ball straight to Mansoor Akhtar at backward square leg.
3 wickets in 2 overs and a good fight back by Pakistan. Andy Roberts elevated up the list, try and push the scoring rate along. Unfortunately for him, out first ball. Five for 224.
Out, caught down the leg side, so wickets already falling there like rain. Down the leg side, well taken by Ashraf, who has had an impressive debut here. Taking over from the test keeper, Wazim Bari, and taking it well down the leg side.
A mini collapse, Tony. 4 wickets for only 1 run. Big Joel finds his way back to the pavilion, following in the same footsteps as Andy Roberts.
Well, one bird there accompanying another back to the pavilion. 6 for 224.
Safraz not too keen to get behind that one. They're going through for 2. Could be a run out. Marshall just making his ground. Throw coming in deep from Sikandar down on the boundary, but Marshall really accelerating. In fact, if that ball had have hit the stumps, would have been out of his ground.
Last over now. Marshall to take strike. It's gone over the top of the infield and the offside, and will yield the batsman at least 3. Stumbling there by Marshall. He'd be looking for a 4th, and they're going for it. The return from the outfield very weak, and that's 4 runs. All run.
Good shot. One of improvisation. Moving out towards the leg side and then hitting it over just backward of point. And plenty of room out there. There's no one in the deep. Malcolm Marshall, very fast runner between wickets. Clive Lloyd was only looking for the 3, but Marshall calling him through for the 4th.
And again, and I think they'll be a bit hard pressed this time to get 4 because of the lack of strength of Kazim's arms, but perhaps the lack of breath in the lungs of Clive Lloyd. Well, he is getting on a bit. He's 37, and having had 4 runs the previous one, all run, I think he was satisfied with 3 there.
Good sensible cricket, Tony, realising that the onside was well covered, but plenty of gaps on that offside. A little bit of panic there creeping into this last over. Got to have the 4 men within the circles. There's 3 on the offside for Clive Lloyd, 1 on the on.
And that's a good firm hit by Lloyd. Typical Lloyd power there. Straight back overhead for 4. That really is a typical Clive Lloyd shot. Hammering it back over the bowler's head.
Safest shot in the business. Straight down the ground. Didn't have to move, Clive Lloyd. Just missing that sight screen there, or just crashing into the edge of it. Great shot. No risk whatsoever. Kept his head down, just hit straight through.
Almost got the umpire there, and a brilliant save. Diving to his left by Rizwan. Limits the batsman to 2. So plenty of action. It's a no ball call by the umpire. Either that or his arm is broken, but it came very close to him. You'll see how close in this shot. Just past his left there. Umpire Robin Bailash just managing to get out of the way, and in the end a very good save by Rizwan. So 2 more to Lloyd. And that's it. He's bowled him. Lloyd swinging, hopefully making no contact this time, and in an effort to get as many runs as quickly as possible. A real wahoo in the off stump askew. So the West Indies have lost their 7th, 244.
Just lifting the head, not hitting straight on this occasion, but trying to whip it out into that leg side. And Safraz, good bowling. It's been tilting those stumps back.
And he's out, caught and bowled first ball.
Well, there's no injustice about being dropped down the list for Larry Gomes. He was scheduled originally to come in before Clive Lloyd. Not as quick a scorer as Clive Lloyd, just returning a simple caught and bowl for Sarfraz, and we now find Sarfraz on a hat-trick. As Gomes finds his way back as our little friend once again re-emerges. A very busy day. So 8 for 244. Larry Gomes on the way back. Sarfraz, another wicket for him. Since final over, just one ball remaining and Sarfraz on a hat-trick. 1 for 222 at one stage. West Indies, and now they find themselves 8 for 244. As David Murray faces his last ball from Sarfraz.
Well, rather an anticlimax there to end the innings. A single to Murray. Sarfraz doesn't get his hat-trick, and the West Indies finish their 50 overs at 8 for 245.
And that was a pretty good effort by Pakistan to keep West Indies down to 8 for 245. At one stage, it looked as though they were going to run riot, particularly when Greenidge and Haynes were together. And then came that collapse and the splendid bowling from Sarfraz and Imran Khan. So 246 to win for Pakistan. It's still a tall order, even though they broke through West Indies ranks towards the end. 4.92 is the rate of asking, and we pick up play now in the third over. Roberts is coming into bowl to Madassa, who's made 4, and with me in the commentary box is Tony Gregg. Good shot. There's a fine stroke that by Madassa. Larry Gomes. Larry Gomes, who was dismissed first ball in the West Indies innings. Beautiful stroke. This one. Fine stroke that. Beautiful square drive, and applause there from Madassa.
Well, certainly settled for this start. That ball was wide and slightly over pitch, but very well dispatched away there by Rizwan. He hit that right off the middle of the bat, and it went racing away to the boundary.
And there's the reply from Andy Roberts.
Yes, that's 2 deliveries now that Roberts has pitched in that area, and on both occasions he's given Rizwan a lot of trouble. It seems to me that the one that bounces just a little outside off stump, which causes a lot of batsman problems, is certainly causing Rizwan some.
Down for 15, Madassa 8, Rizwan 6. Colin Croft is way down at deep fine leg. 2 more to Madassa.
Well, there we go, and the crowd appreciating that beautiful throw from Colin Croft. They have got beautiful arms, these fellows, as big as this Melbourne cricket ground is. When they throw them straight and flat.
Shot. Desmond Haynes. Yeah, it's well run too. Madassa came back very quickly there. Beautiful placement, that. Lost at the moment in the West Indies at the equivalent time. That was after 6 overs. The West Indies went along quite slowly with Greenidge and Haynes.
So a confident appeal there from that delivery from Marshall, perhaps just slipping down the leg side. It did nip back a little bit, and while Rizwan was back on his stumps, there was a big appeal from everyone, those behind and the bowler himself. but that was a good decision. The ball nipping back off the pitch and going down the leg side. And that ball chipped away nicely over the infield down to Colin Croft. Again, that big throw and a big cheer from the crowd again. Colin Croft making about 30 or 40 yards around the boundary there, picking it up and whipping it over the top. That was a good shot there. He was flicking that in the air and controlling it very well. Dasa has been the leading partner.
That's a beautifully placed stroke. He won't get 4, but he's going to look for 3. Rizwan. And Fayed Backus is too quick for him. Into the over, none for 38.
That's a good deflection. It's over square leg. Spanking between the crease. 10 for 3. They're going to look for 4. And they're off. Good running. Excellent cricket by the Pakistani openers.
50's up. And it certainly was good running. So they realised as soon as the fieldsman got to the ball, he had to throw it. There was no relay man there to make that time any shorter from the time the ball left the fieldsman's hands, which I think. And the batsmen are now crossing again. Back they go. And in fact, they take 1 on the run, on the throw.
No ball called. So all of a sudden a little bit of pressure now on the West Indian side. Oh, he's had a bit of a go, a bit of pressure applied by Joel Garner, and he's out. It was a shame really, from Rizwan's point of view, because he was playing very well. Andy Roberts takes the catch. The first wicket has fallen at 53.
And what a good start for Pakistan, and a disappointing end for Rizwan, just not concentrating for a moment, hitting across the line of this ball, which might have just held its own. He was aiming for a hit over long on. In fact, he skied the ball, sliced it up into the mid-off position, and Andy Roberts coming around there made no mistake about the catch. Eyes on the ball all the time, as you can see, hands cupped, and in it goes. It's not going to get out of those. So the first wicket has fallen, 53 runs on the board.
With 56 for the first wicket, the Pakistan openers had strengthened their team's position, and Javed Miandad promoted himself to 3 and went right on with the job.
Oh, full pitch, and he whips that down to backward square, and he beats both of them. He beats Garner, who was fine, and Roberts, who was square, and it was beautifully placed.
It really was. Well, he had all the time in the world to hit this delivery, which was a juicy full toss there, just outside the leg stump. A lot of wrist in that stroke.
Nice shot. Broader square this time. Roberts coming around. Knocks it down. 3 for 2. Andy Roberts, a very popular player at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, a magnificent competitor, a great outfielder. And that's the danger when you try and bowl a Yorker, is if you don't straight a leg stump. Much in the same vein as Griffith bowled. He's been whipped away, as Bobby Simpson would have done when it's raised to leg stump. Miandad whips it away between the 2 men at fine leg and square leg. 4 runs.
Dasa on 42.
Oh, lovely shot. Beautiful off drive. Haynes for 3 and gets it. It's a fine off drive from the Dasa. Shot. Beautiful cricket shot that. That's a glorious shot. His toes whipped it forward a square leg. And I don't think you'd see that from any player in the world.
Well, Colin Croft isn't very pleased with himself for bowling this ball wide of the leg stump. A lot of bottom hand in that stroke and a lot of power, and that absolutely sped over the outfield. It
rattled the pickets there. And they're being given the room to play that stroke.
Well, you just can't bowl this man there. He's very, very strong off the legs. Tipped it away once more for 4. Very strong in that area. So he's keeping up the tradition.
Good shot, just whipping it away behind square. And excellent running, Jarvid taking on Colin cross throw and getting in easily at the end.
So that's Modassa's 50. Well played by Modassa. Had a horrid time in the first test against Australia in Perth, but has come back here now and he's got a very fine half century. Bowled him, cut it back, sneaked between butt and pad, and Modassa's fine innings has ended. Bowled by Marshall, and Pakistan lose their second wicket for 120.
Bigger delivery from Marshall, and Modassa looking to play across it, getting it away on that onside. Should have played it straight down the wicket, and it's a good breakthrough for the West Indies, just the one they needed as Modassa makes his way back. Out for 51, bowled Marshall, and Pakistan 2 for 120.
Absolutely elated with that wicket there, breaking through. Ball rolling back from the bottom of the bat, and Mansur Akhtar is bowled.
Good bowling change by Clive Lloyd, bringing Marshall back. He's knocked over the Modassa and now Mansur Akhtar by bowling purely and simply at the stumps. He'll play every ball on its merits. A good delivery from Malcolm Marshall. Mansur on his way back, bowled Marshall for 2, and Pakistan slumped to 3 for 124.
Slice that away down back with a square. There's a long run here. His position at third man for Bacchus. And the batsman get through 4-3. So 3 for 133 at the end of that 32nd over.
Andy Roberts goes to Meandad. He's got that one away. Very fine. Not even Garner can beat that. Interesting tactical battle going on out there. The umpire comes into it because he's already called wide for Andy Roberts going down the leg side.
Flirting off way down the leg side again, but this time Jarvid Meandad getting a little bit of bat on that, and Joel Garner down at fine leg is quite square.
Oh, good shot. Beaten Roberts at mid-on. Fine striker.
That was a beautiful shot, and it was very well hit, and had to be because Roberts is quite deep there, and ball pitched outside off stump, over pitched, and Roberts, although he only had 3 or 4 yards to his left to go to stop that one, was hit far too well to allow him to get there in time.
It's a good shot. It's beaten Andy Roberts way out there at long on. He'll stop the 4, but just allow 2 to margin. Nice roll of the wrist there. Safe. Didn't quite time it. Even Jarvid has to hurry a little there. Larry Gomes, who hasn't got quite the strongest arm in the West Indies side. And on the other side of deep mid-wicket this time, Bacchus coming around, Desmond Haynes after it. That comes the 200 in high excitement here at the MCG. Some great running between the wickets. They're both exhausted at the moment. Jarvid's fitter than Majid. They're both puffing and panting there, but they're in with a real chance. 43 needed from 5.3 overs. Have to be hard, go hard here. And that was a run-out chance. Clive Lloyd, the fielder. It's the end of the over. 43 runs needed.
And so the Pakistani batting guide, Adessa made 51, Rizwan 14, Miandad still there with 69, and Sur bowled by Marshall, beaten for pace there for 2, and Majid now up there on 53 for 204.
Javed on 70, Javed Miandad. And he gets it away well over square leg, well placed, going out towards the boundary, and it could be 4. And that's a great start. Only Roberts spraying once more down leg side.
Well, that's a great blow for Pakistan. Roberts pitching short. He can't do that in this situation because that enables Miandad to open all the angles and place the ball wherever he wants.
Always giving himself room, and he could be out, yes, and that's the vital breakthrough. The first time we've seen Javed Miandad give himself much room, gets an edge, and Murray takes the catch.
What an extraordinary shot. Miandad outside the leg stump, an outside edge in that position. It's the only time I've seen anybody caught off the outside edge down the leg side. And that is a tremendous blow, with Roberts keeping the ball up for once and gaining the reward. 4 for 212 now, Pakistan.
With Javed gone and victory still a possibility, the question was, could Imran help Majid get Pakistan home?
Well, there we go. Roberts came in, he's bowled the first ball to Imran Khan, and he's clean bowled him as clean as a whistle.
With Imran having no option but to go for the stroke, and Roberts keeping that ball up on a good length. It was a good ball too, wasn't it? Because it moved from leg stump, just outside leg stump, to hit leg stump.
So Andy Roberts is on a hat-trick at a vital stage of this match. 5 for 212. Imran playing down the wrong line.
Again, giving himself room and paying the price.
So Roberts has come and struck twice. First of all, skipper Miandad going for the big hit. Caught behind by Murray. And then he's clean bowled, big hitting Imran Khan. So that's a change for the West Indian side. It could be one of them at straight, well struck, but he's coming around in field, so we pick up 2. That's the way to go, Frank, straight down the ground.
Certainly is, and Raja's just the man to do it, strange though it may sound, because against lesser bowlers, he has, I think on one occasion, struck 100 in about 30-odd minutes. He was in the league. And that's the type of player he is.
Fix that down to fine work. They're 3 for 1. Good fielding, good throwing.
Nine balls now remain. Total now separated by 20.
It's a big hit, he's under it. And that's the difference, he's out. Well caught. Backus there at mid-wicket, taking a well-judged catch into the sun. And Majid departs for 56.
Well, it might seem to be a little bit rash, but Majid had to do that. And not only is he caught out, he's given out. And so Majid departs for a well-compiled 56. The total now 6 for 221.
One, we look for 2. Games the fieldsman, happy with 1. So the West Indians probably get away with this game, but certainly Pakistan have played very well.
Certainly have against this fast attack of the West Indies. One would say that the West Indies side is absolutely tailor-made for one-day cricket. The wicket certainly has been slow and helped the Pakistan batsmen.
I can't quite work out what that tactic's about when you have to hit 4s and you're pushing for 1. 4 balls remaining only. And unless they're going to hit 4 sixes, they're in trouble.
How often has that been done? But that's what's needed, because anything else would be less than adequate.
That's a good hit. Falls safely. They're through for a single. Coming back for the second. And they make it. Yes, with 5 overs remaining, they were really in with a chance, Pakistan, but they've just got to get away from them. Full credit to Clive Boyd and their bowlers. 3 balls remaining, 20 runs required.
3 sixes won't even do it now. And well bowled. A little bit of wild throwing there, and that's what the West Indies don't want. That was well bowled, wasn't it? Well up, right on the toes, no room to swing. And Raja was compelled to play that sort of a stroke.
2 balls remaining and victory for West Indian side. Swing and a miss. 1 ball remaining, so Pakistan go down when they had a real chance.
And they've played very well, and I think we must give them due credit for the way in which they've tackled this total, 245. Ashraf now just taking his helmet off. Raja, I beg your pardon. Ashraf facing up.
It's 1, doesn't even take it. They decided that's enough. So a victory for the West Indian side, who won it with a fine century by Gordon Greenidge. And I thought that the bowling of Joel Garner just kept it safe in the final stages.
Well, that was a great win in the end to West Indies. A very exciting match, the first one of the Benson Hedges World Series Cup for the summer. 18 runs the margin, and even though West Indies looked as though they might be beaten at 2 stages, one when they collapsed with their batting and 2 when Majid and Javed Miandad were batting so well, their professionalism and their general know-how pulled them through, and they applied pressure just at the right times. And Pakistan, who have never beaten West Indies now in 7 times of meeting in limited over cricket, must be wondering when their luck is going to change. Or perhaps it's not luck, perhaps it's just skill, and the West Indies certainly have it in this game and in Test cricket. Another match tomorrow at the MCG, the second of the weekend. Australia play Pakistan, the second match of the Benson Hedges World Series Cup competition. And on Tuesday evening in Sydney, it's the game between Australia and West Indies. We look forward to having you with us at the MCG tomorrow. Good evening.